Yo, 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 what's good, my people? Jason Gooner back in the building. You know what time it is? Yeah, man. It is time for the EPL preview show. Week 10, game week 10, people, game week 10. We're back with some more fixtures, you know the settings. We're on YouTube, people. So please like, share, and if you're new to the channel, finding it for the first time, first I want to welcome you to the channel. This is Jason Gooner TV, where we discuss football different ways. Yes, banter, analysis, proper. Yes, we study the football, so we bring what we know, the knowledge we have to the table, and we try to have discussions about the football. So, yes, in this space, we are interactive. So, if you are here tonight, please feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about the topics being discussed. Of course, every week we go through all the games, we make predictions, and we try to see who is the best predictor for the week, right? Um, because I'm a nice person, I've been kind of letting the people that participate get a chance to win. But I'm feeling this week, I'm not feeling like giving away anything. So I will be predicting tremendously today. Just want you guys to know. Um, yeah, we're gonna go through all the fixtures though, people. I know it's late. It's what 11:10 right now on the East Coast in the United States. So that means it's just after 10 in Jamaica. Friday night though, so I know people should not be worried about having some late content tonight. Had a very, very, very busy day today. Obviously, we put in work in the job that pays the bills earlier. Then my daughter was the lead in the school play. She goes to School of the Arts, 6th grade to 12th grade, and she was in the middle school play tonight, and she was the lead character of the play. So, beaming with pride right now, feeling great. It was a great performance by the whole cast, and especially the lead, Junie B. Jones herself. Yes, Gabby, you did a wonderful job, my beautiful daughter. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to try to get through um, letting you know how great you did without crying on camera, even though that might even endear me to the fans even more. But if I do happen to cry while speaking about her, it is genuine, people. I'm so, so proud of this girl. Um, she has a feeling like because her father was a footballer and an athlete and all into sports, that because she doesn't really play a sport, that I somehow don't feel. I don't know what she feels, but I want to tell her and tell the world that what she does and how she chooses to use her talents that God gave her are just as impressive as anything that her sister would do on a football pitch. I'm telling you, people, this girl is driven. She's incredibly smart. I heard her practice for this play night in, night out, every day. Never really complaining about having to put in the work, just putting in the work. So, really, an example for me, somebody like myself who obviously has another job, but I want to start out with YouTube and give it some of my time as well. I just look at my daughter as an example. The hard work really paid off, and I'm telling you, she gave an exemplary performance. And I know, obviously, I'm gonna be biased. It's my daughter, people, but I'm telling you, I mean, so many people came up to me after the show, just saying, how impressive or how impressed they were with her performance. So, yeah, man, Gabby, respect. You did an excellent job, my baby. I'm so proud of you. But anyway, people, that is my little story about what happened in my life today. That's why I'm so, if I look more joyful today, it's because I just witnessed what I witnessed, people. Trust me, I'm very proud. But yeah, let's get into why most of you would have been here right now. All right. So big up to all the people in the building from early out. We really do appreciate the vibes. And yeah, man, get involved in the conversation as we go through the show. All right, people. So you don't know, it's a full slate of games starting tomorrow morning, bright and early. The Gunners are the first game of the week. So of course we're gonna do what we always do, people. Go through all the games from first game to the last game, give our takes, give our predictions. But before we start that, the first thing we want to do again, people, is just remind you to smash that like button. Hit the share button as well. If you have anywhere, any networks you're in, you want other people to be a part of the conversation, let them know, yo, this is somewhere you can get your EPL news every week. It's a youth where have sense, him know ball, and him also, keep the show going with some entertainment. And cheers to anybody enjoying a beverage on a Friday evening. Yeah, them settings of people. And that's my first one. So I can't make no excuse if the picks don't work, because I did give an excuse 2 weeks ago. And it wasn't really an excuse, people. I was really kind of, not in a frame of mind to make any picks. I should have wrote my picks down prior to, but that's not my style, people. In the moment, I give my picks because genuine, real. Yeah, man. So we're not stupid, though. We know you can do a little bit of research as well as your already attained ball knowledge, and you put those things together and you come up with some calculated, very good picks, right? So the first thing I want to do, people, because I'm fair, I'm going to share what I learned with you guys in real time. All right. So we're going to take a look at the latest injury news from the clubs, or at least not every single club, but probably the biggest ones that maybe might have the biggest effect on certain teams. All right. So let's take a look at this real quick, people. So remember, like the video, people. Like the video as the people them start rolling. Like the video from earlier. Drop in the comments. Let me know when they're there. If you had a good week, yeah, man, just bless up to everybody, because you don't know. All right, so let's see. Cool. Yeah, so this is fine. All right, so basically, people, we're just gonna go through the key injury news of the week. Son returns to training ahead of Villa match. So if you guys don't know, Sonny didn't play in their win over Man City in the Carabao Cup. It was Timo Werner's day to shine. Big baller Werner. All right, but this was the news from the press conference. So Ange Postecoglou hopes to have Heung-min Son back for this Sunday's clash with Aston Villa. Some good games this weekend, people. Sonny has missed 6 of our last 7 games through injury since he was forced off late on in September's Europa League winner with Karabag, and the one game in play he played very well. However, having returned to training on Friday morning, which is today, Ange has said if our number 7 gets through the final training on Saturday, he should be back for the clash with Villa. Sonny has trained today. If he trains tomorrow, he should be okay for the weekend. So it's looking good, Spurs fans. The prodigal son should return, Heung-min Son. So that is very nice. All right. So Van de Ven ruled out until after November international break. So Spurs fans, you get one good news, and then you get smashed over the head with a bad news. So let me show you guys the Van de Ven story. All right, so Van de Ven. Mickey Van de Ven is set to be out for a number of weeks after the hamstring injury he sustained against Man City on Wednesday. The Dutch international was forced off early in the first half of Carabao Cup 4th round victory last time out, and our head coach confirmed after the cup tie that the defender felt something in his hamstring. Almost exactly 1 year on from the hamstring injury he sustained against Chelsea that ruled him out for over 2 months last term. Mickey is set for a spell out, but Ange has eased concerns about the extent of the injury and revealed he's likely to be sidelined until after November international break. Wow. All right. So Mickey has sort of strained the hamstring. It's not too serious, but we're probably looking at after the international break. All right. So that's one thing. That's one thing to look at for this Villa matchup coming up for Spurs. So even though they get the return of Sonny, they will be without their track star at the back, Mickey Van de Ven, the Dutchman. So that's tough. All right, let's take a look now. So Arteta also had an update on a couple of players from Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal plays Newcastle in the first game of the weekend tomorrow morning at St. James Park. So let's take a look at what he had to say re Gabriel and Ben White and Odegaard. All right. There's Gabriel. So Arteta hopes to have Gabriel available again for the clash against Newcastle on Saturday, should he come to today's training session unscathed. All right. So the Brazilian defender limped off against Liverpool last weekend, missed his first game of the campaign against Preston in midweek, but the boss revealed that he hopes to have his first choice central defensive pairing available again at St. James Park, with William Saliba also returning from suspension. It remains touch and go for Gabriel, though, with Mikel revealing we have a training session today. If he can complete that, he'll be available. He hasn't had any training sessions yet, but if he's able to do that today, he'll be available to be in the squad. Ben White filled in for William in our 2-2 draw against the Reds last Sunday, but also missed the Preston Cup clash on Wednesday, with Mikel admitting he's struggling with a fresh issue rather than the grind that saw him miss action last month. That means Ben could join Ricardo Calafiori, Martin Odegaard, Takehiro Tomiyasu, and Kieran Tierney on the sidelines, which disappoints Mikel as he was delighted with his display in the heart of our backline last week at Emirates Stadium. Ricardo and Martin are out definitely. With Ben, we don't know yet. He hasn't trained yet. He could not train. He could not get involved. So let's wait and see if he's available. This is related more to a joint. He can play in those two positions. Within those positions, he can adapt his role and play different heights, especially in ball possession, where demanding against a very difficult, tricky opponent with very particular duels, especially in that section of the pitch. To do that job when he hasn't played there for over a year, I think he was really good. I actually agree with Arteta. I think Ben White did look good at centre-back, to be honest. While the Newcastle game across comes too early for a return for Odegaard, the skipper is edging closer to a return. And when asked if there was a chance he could return for the Inter Milan game next week, Mikel suggested that he may be close, as he expects him to come roaring back when given the opportunity to impress again in training. Now is the stage when he will do certain work with us. Let's see how he deals with pain. If he moves naturally enough, if he's physically now at the level that requires him to compete. But with the work rate and the hours he's put in, I would be surprised that the moment he starts training with us, we don't say that he looks ready. So hopefully soon. All right, so Arteta not giving away too much on Odegaard, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be too much longer. Sound like he's progressing well in his rehab. All right, so this is one that actually affects me. I have Eze in a match, so, and I mean in a draft league. So I want to read up on this article about Eze. Yes, people, let's smash up that like button. Yeah, man. All right, let me get this on the screen. So this is the Eze article, people. I don't know why I'm not see not see no. Oh, go on. Like the video, people. Like the video. Have to like the video, people. All right, so let's get this on the screen. Glasner talking about his team news for Crystal Palace. All right, so Crystal Palace. This is not what I wanted to go to. Sorry, people. Wrong screen. This is the right screen. Glasner updates on Eze, Wharton, Lerma, and more. All right. So Glasner confirmed that Palace will be without several players for Saturday's trip to Wolves. Eze and Wharton both exiting the field of play in the first half of Wednesday's win over Villa. On Eze, Glasner said he's injured. He has a hamstring injury and will miss him for at least against Wolves and against Fulham. Then we have the international break, and then let's see. But he will be out for those two games. There is hope, but it will be very ambitious to have him back after the break. I know we have a great medical department, and he will work hard. So let's see. So Wharton is gonna have to undergo surgery, which is not a good look for them. We took the final decision he will have surgery, so he won't be available for Wolves. He tried today, but there's too much pain and it makes no sense. He's really struggled the last weeks and months, and so now we took the decision he will have surgery, and we hope to have him back after, let's say, 4 weeks. All right. So Wharton and Eze, not good news for them. But they have some players coming back. Chik Dakore, who I think is a really important player for them in the midfield. He'll be back, but they will be without Lerma, who I think, Lerma and Dakore being out, that's a lot of legs out of the midfield there for them. Chris Richards should train next week, they say. But yeah, they do have a few players coming back. But I think Adam and Eze, that's Adam Wharton and Ebe Eze, that's two big misses for Crystal Palace. Two young England internationals, two of the better players probably. So, they did get their first win last week, but not a good time to get those injuries at all for them. Bless up Duke, Wagwan. Richard Edwards saying ready. All right, so let me get Duke on the list. Richard Edwards, big up yourself. Top man in the building. All right, we have a few more coaches to check in on. So this is big news for my Gunners. This is Newcastle coach Eddie Howe letting us know what's going on, what's the latest with his club. They have had a lot of people in and out of the team this season, so let's see. All right. On Arsenal, okay, on Gordon and Isak, they both feel okay. We will assess how they feel today, 48 hours after the game. They have both had niggling injuries. We'll make a decision today. We need to make sure whoever enters the pitch against Arsenal is in the best physical condition. Callum Wilson looks like he'll still be out. So yeah, not really holding everything kind of tight there with the information anyhow, not really giving you anything definitive on Isak and Gordon. So I would take that to mean that they're both gonna play. This is tough news for Manchester City. Bless me. They have obviously they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in midweek, but they also had a big event happening in the game as well. Savinho was stretchered off in this game. Very, very tough for them. All right. He does not know who he will have available for Saturday's trip. So Pep go in the press conference and say, listen, man, I don't know who are going to show up, But basically, in the tie in the Carabao Cup, they were without 6 first-team players. Obviously, Rodri, he's out for, if not the whole season, definitely a long majority of it. Oscar Bob should be, transfer window-ish time till he's back. Kevin De Bruyne, we have yet to get a definitive timeline from Pep and De Bruyne. Kyle Walker, we know he's out for just a bit more. Doku and Grealish all out right now. Akanji felt something in the warm-up, didn't play. And then they had Savinho taken off on a stretcher. So that could be up to 8 players, first-team players, not available for the weekend against Bournemouth. Bournemouth did get the big scalp of the Gunners a couple of weeks ago. So, they would go into this game with a decent amount of confidence. He said after the game that he only has 13 senior players available. The likes of Nico O'Reilly, we might get to see him in the Premier League for the first time this weekend, just based on the sheer numbers in the team. He says he has many doubts. Tomorrow you will see it and you will know the list. So we are not the only team in football to have injuries. We have a lot, but it is what it is. We concern ourselves. The challenge is that, and we will play with 11 players. When the squad is together, it is top. Everyone is focused and fit. But at certain moments, I remember Liverpool had a lot of injuries and they struggled, but we have to adapt and focus on tomorrow. It is what it is. We know the situation, but what can we do? Try to recover as quickly as possible our players, and we will see. Yeah, so he's not very open about the injuries either. But looks like they are definitely feeling the effects of the early season grind. A lot of players going down injured with muscle injuries and things of that nature. So very, very tough. All right, so that is basically the latest, the key injury news that we know I wanted to share with you guys. For the rest of the news, you have to do your own damn research. Joke. Big up yourself, Hot Chili. Go on. Keep getting worse and worse. Yeah, man, Hot Chili. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. The man them keep on dropping, bro. Keep on falling. Injuries taking a toll. Big up Conrad Smith. Albuquerque, New Mexico. In the building. Yeah, man. A Friday night too, people. So you know what that mean, Full joy on yourself, man. If you don't have something cool in your hand right now, I don't know what I'm doing. Conrad are dead with laugh. Yo, Conrad, me see the other night, man, with up on Cranky Show. I see you talk about Albuquerque. I said to myself, what the rotted Conrad reached this up. Someone know say yard man are the greatest, man. The man they end up anyway. The craziest thing, people, just I think about something. I watch a lot of football, as a lot of the people that watch this program probably watch enough football as well. But I have yet to watch a game, no matter what I am watching, and I don't see a Jamaica flag in the crowd. I'm always I wonder how, like every single time there's a Jamaica flag somewhere in the crowd. It always amazes me, people. All right, let's get straight into the games, people. The games, the reason why we're all here, the predictions and the game them. All right, so let's go to the Premier League site. I like how it look, it look kind of clean. I like how them do them thing. All right, so the first game, people, big game, St. James Park, Newcastle and Arsenal, people, Newcastle and Arsenal. So let's take a look at the quick view real quick, and this will give us a breakdown of the most recent results of both teams, the fixtures and the form right now, and also the most recent fixtures that they played each other. Now, of course, last season it was a tale of two games for Arsenal and Newcastle. The Newcastle Arsenal fixture, the corresponding fixture in St. James Park, November 4th as well. So it was actually almost like around the same weekend. This game will be on the 2nd. Last year it was on the 4th. And if you are football fans, you should remember some aspects of this game. So you see here, it was a 1-0 win to Newcastle, Anthony Gordon scoring. But this goal might have had one of the longest VAR checks I can remember happening in recent history. They looked at, I think, 3 different possible infractions, and Newcastle was able to beat every charge and get the goal awarded. I remember the first one would have been if it was out for a goal kick, right? Then I believe they were also checking on offside at one point, and they were also checking for a foul on Gabriel as well. I remember it was 3 separate incidents that I had to go through the scrutiny of VAR, and it was it was quite a decision. I remember the fallout from that carrying on for weeks after as well. Partly because the Arsenal social media presence is ridiculous, but partly because it was such a controversial call that people just wanted to talk about it for a long time. And the nature of football these days. You have all these content creators, you have all these different avenues to discuss the game. So it's just one of those things that just the conversation kept on going. What was the true right call on that play? Anyway, so that's the backstory. Now, why for backstory do I say, no. So me why myself. But that was the first game. Then they played this game at the Emirates, and it almost felt as if Arsenal was playing this game like to avenge that Gada game. It was one of the better performances. I remember this game. Arsenal played really, really well. As you can see, Havertz, Saka, Kivior all got on the score sheet. Arsenal's own Joe Willock came and got a consolation goal late, but the 4-1 brilliant result. This was in a time when Arsenal was really flying. I remember this was like 4-1, 5-1, 6-love. It was just some big scores Arsenal was dropping at the time. Now, when we look at the current form now of both teams, I think, definitely Newcastle, to me, almost a bit of underachieving when you look at who they might have had in the team, and obviously on paper they have a really good squad, but when you dig deeper into Newcastle's current games, I think a part of the reason for some of the inconsistencies is just, their lineups have been inconsistent due to injuries and just people not being able to be fit. This was a few games ago back in September. If you look at their lineup, right? So Eddie Howe always plays his 4-3-3. The back line has been chop and change all season. Trippier has been splitting time with Livermento. Lloyd Kelly has played left back. So has Lewis Hall. Livermento has played left back if Trippier plays right back. So haven't really settled. The really only settled part of this back line has been the goalkeeper and the two centre backs. In midfield, Tonali was around for a while. Back in this game, he wasn't around here. Did come on in the second half. Murphy's been getting some game time. Isak's been in and out of the team. Anthony Gordon now picking up a little niggling injury. So, I think when you look at Newcastle, a part of the reason why, for me, they haven't been consistent is they haven't really been able to get any consistency from a couple areas on the pitch. I think, the fact that they have Isak and they have Wilson, and they have had stretches for a long periods of time where both are out and Gordon has to be playing through the middle. That hasn't helped them either. So, last 5 games you see here, they lost to Fulham 3-1, drew with Man City, so a decent result at St. James Park there. 0-0 with Everton away. They had a tough loss at St. James Park to Brighton right after the international window, and then they're entering this game now with 2 losses on the bounce, having lost to Chelsea last week 2-1 in a good fixture at the Bridge. Then you look at Arsenal's recent form. Right now they're in 3rd place on 18 points from 9 played. 2-2 with City, 4-2 over Leicester. Very tough game for them, but in the end they did pull that one out. 3-1 over Southampton. They lost 2-0 to Bournemouth after the international window. And of course, last week, after leading twice in that fixture, ended up drawing that game 2-2 with Liverpool. So, both teams, I think, really come into this week probably wanting 3 points. Newcastle will know that Arsenal is a tough opponent at home, but at home they'll be looking to bounce back, as they've only been able to garner 1 point from their last 2 home fixtures, draw with City and a loss to Brighton. So they look to turn that around this week. I think for them the key is going to be the fitness of Isak and Gordon. We heard from Eddie Howe in the press conference, we're not really sure who is really going to be able to play in this game. So we'll have to see in the morning, how healthy does this Newcastle lineup look. I think if you look at their lineup last week, there was some thoughts to have some optimism because, of course, when you look up front last week, you did see Alexander Isak returning to the starting lineup, playing the full 90 minutes, getting a goal as well, the only goal they scored. But, Isak's back on the pitch, and who's not there? Anthony Gordon. So, I think that has just been the problem for Newcastle. It's like they can't really get the full complement of players fit at the same time. The back line again, no Trippier right now healthy. So we saw Livramento at right back, Lewis Hall at left back, Lloyd Kelly back to the bench. So, I think he hasn't really settled. Maybe it's a case where he likes one or the other more defensively. So I wonder if against Saka, he goes more with the likes of a Kelly than a Lewis Hall, or does he try to fight fire with fire player, more attacking player, to try to, force Saka back on the day? Let's see what kind of strategy he employs there. But I do like the matchup of Arsenal against this back line, because when you look at them, Livermento, a pacey player, but I do feel like, Martinelli, in the type of form he's in lately, can cause him some trouble. I don't know. I don't think it matters whether you go with a Lloyd Kelly or a Lewis Hall. Saka's going to do what he's going to do. And I think, Burn and Shar, to me, they kind of want to be able to, I think they function better with a lead the line striker that will play on the last man. I don't think they really like the ones that drop off into the half space like Havertz. Um, I think sometimes that gives them problems because what ends up happening is they have to mark runners coming through now. And, especially Dan Burn, he kind of struggles with those runs in behind if he's not already attached to the player and can use his physicality. So I like the way we attack. I like our chances against the Newcastle style of defender. Now, where I think Newcastle can get the game more in their favor is in the midfield battle. I think Guimaraes, Joe Linton, if they go with this midfield right here, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and Tonali, I think that is their best midfield overall, balance-wise. I think Joe Linton is very underrated as a ball winner and just a player in midfield that just makes the game difficult for the other team. I think Bruno G, everybody knows, very good two-way player, can defend, can attack. Sandro Tonali, I think a player that, without the ban that he suffered, I think he would have been much further along in the Premier League right now. A player that I actually think is really good. And I think he is kind of starting to show those glimpses of, what he would be showing right before he came to the Premier League in Syria. And up front, I think for Newcastle's sake, they definitely would want to see Gordon added to this mix. My only concern with Gordon and Barnes, I think they both are they look to be more successful on the left side. So one of them would have to play in a position that I don't think they're as effective in. It could be where Harvey Barnes just takes a seat on the bench. A lot of times in games where Eddie Howe knows that it's going to be a game that's going to require his wide players to offer a little more defensive work. That's when sometimes we see Murphy play, Jacob Murphy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with Murphy on the right tomorrow. And if Gordon is fit, it will be Gordon on the left. If not, it will be Harvey Barnes. If Isak doesn't play through the middle and they don't have Callum Wilson, I'm assuming it would be Will Osula to start up front because he does like to have a prototypical striker in his system. If Isak and Wilson are out, Gordon would be the one up front. But if Gordon is out too, then the pickings will be really slim up front. So I think it's going to be really important, how fit these players get through today's training for Newcastle. Now on the Arsenal side of things, this is how they lined up against Liverpool last week. So of course, Ben White had to slide to the central defense because Saliba was out suspended. Gabriel Magalhaes started but had to leave the field with an injury early in the game. Timber was back in midweek against Preston, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's back on the back line, whether it's at the right or left back. Of course, Saka and Martinelli got their spaces out wide. I don't think that will change for this game tomorrow. Mikel Merino did start in midweek, but he did come off at halftime. I think that was because Arteta plans to start him again in the Premier League this week. And I think Declan Rice as well, who got the rest in the Carabao Cup, much deserved as well. I think he'll be back from the start as well. Now, the one thing that I think will be weighing on everyone's mind, it could be Trossard and Havertz. They both did get a rest. Trossard for the entire game. Havertz did come on for the second half in the Carabao Cup, scoring a goal as well. So I think he'll be back. But, will he go with Ethan Nwaneri, people? That is the key question, I think. The game is away at St. James Park. Ethan did play the full game in the Carabao Cup. That's the only thing I think is holding him back from starting him. He did did show a lot of fatigue in the second half of that game. So the turnaround to this Saturday morning, I don't know if it's a little bit too quick for him to get the game from the start, but I would be shocked if we don't see Ethan Nwaneri at some point in this game after his performance in midweek. I thought Jesus actually played well as well in the Carabao Cup game. So, is there a chance that he plays? I don't think so. I think if Martinelli is fit, he's going to keep his place. Obviously, Saka's going to play if he's fit. So that one position, that kind of Odegaard role or supporting striker role to Havertz, who takes that spot, could easily well be Trossard again. But Man, free the kid. Free the kid, Arteta. Free the kid. Anyway, it's prediction time, people. It's prediction time. Um, I think Newcastle currently, because it's been the chop and change and everything, the fortress that was St. James Park has lost its luster a bit lately. Um, and I just feel like Arsenal right now, even though the points wouldn't suggest that we're kind of firing, I think the performances as of late have looked a lot better. I still feel like the best half of football I saw my team play this season was the first half against Liverpool. We played some really good stuff in the Carabao Cup as well. I know it's Preston, but sometimes those games don't look as easy as they should be. And Arsenal made that game look very easy. So I think we're turning a corner as far as performances are concerned. And I feel like, I think Gabriel will be fine. I think Saliba will play. Those two guys being back will just kind of steady the ship a bit back there in the defense for me. And I think it's one of the better performances for the year coming tomorrow morning, people. I think we're catching Newcastle at a good time as well. Don't think their health is the best. So I'm gonna say Arsenal is gonna win this game, people, on the road, get some revenge for last year. Teta usually in revenge games like this, where we feel like we were wrongly done the year before, he gets the result. I think that continues tomorrow. I think Arsenal, for the first in a few games, keep a clean sheet in the league. I'm going to say 2-0 to the Arsenal at St. James Park. Workman like professional 2-0. You know what I mean? So Duke saying was in Albuquerque 2 weeks ago. Wow. Work I send you all about. We have a lot of Jamaicans down here. I've been here like 24 years now. Damn. Ratted. Big up all the people them over there. Teachers and nurses mostly over there. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad you know. Yeah, man. As me say it, brother, I know say you're forward with the Y ready. 2.5 hours away from me. Okay. So you're not in Albuquerque. You're in Farmington. Okay, cool. We used to have some family in Colorado, but they moved still. And normal circumstances, I would predict a loss for Arsenal in a game like this, but there's no way they drop points in 3 games in a row. Yeah, man. Actually, I like your thinking, I think you're right, too. Richard Edwards said 1-1. Yeah, I think it's lost a little bit of the luster, man, lately. RR in the building. Oh, go on. 2-2. So the people them like the draw. Actually, say 2-1 Arsenal because he might work with the amount of games, RR said Netflix team per Patrick Evra. Yeah, man. Ever have a little, comedic moment. Can't lie. Is this FPL content or an Arsenal channel? Well, this is basically a EPL / FPL content because we're doing all the games for the week and we're talking about the predictions and team news and you know what I mean. My name is Jason Gooner because I'm an Arsenal fan, but this is a football channel in general. I'm a Jamaican, if you can't tell by the accent, and yeah, sometimes we have discussions on Jamaican football, but every Friday night we have the EPL preview show. So if it's your first time here and you like football, just tune in, bro, and see if you like it. Big up yourself, K7. Duke said 1-0 Castle. All right, so Duke are the one bad mind person in the show tonight. I feel Newcastle will get something off of this, I swear. Yeah, I mean, look, I can't wrong somebody for thinking that. I just have a feeling like we're catching them at a good time. I'm not so healthy. They haven't really been getting the results like normal at Newcastle at St. James Park this year or recently. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, man, we'll go through all the fixture them. All the fixture them. This is just Arsenal just happened to be the first game this week, so I'm doing that game now. Yeah, man, just tune in, bro, and go and take in what I go on. Yeah. Richard, who is your team? Tottenham? Jeez, I'm sorry for you, Richard. I wish you all the best. Don't take football too serious. To mad you. All right, so next fixture on the docket, people. Bournemouth versus Manchester City. And if you happen to miss the program or you weren't here from the start, I know a fan of mine at Bigs G, they usually just drop them comment with all them scores and we usually add them in. So yeah, man, if you're hearing this late, whatever, as long as you get them to me before the first match done, we'll still accept the predictions them. Yeah, man, no problem, Duke. No problem. We're not to stretch out the show too long because we start kind of late. But if you need for make a one step, just you can either just comment them now and me just write all of them, or you don't know after the show done, you can drop them in the comments. Or just message me. You see me? Either way. Whatever easier. All right, so Bournemouth hosting Man City. Bournemouth in 11th place, 12 points, 9 played. Man City first place right now, 23 points. I think it's what, a 1 point lead over Liverpool, I want to say. No. How many points? Liverpool win 7 and draw 2. So you go. No, win 7, draw 1 and lose 2. So yeah, Liverpool gone 22. Yeah, so they have a 1 point lead. I think that's how it go, yeah. But City, them really, I mean, right now, I think Mateus Nunes playing wing, and I guess Bernardo will have played other wing. So they're down to bare bones in the attacking wide areas. Of course, Rodri is out. Kyle Walker is out. I'm not sure if Akanji will be back. Yeah, they have a lot of injuries, people, but there's one thing you know about this Man City team. Them always find a way. They have some academy players that played in the midweek. Yes, they lost, but I think that might be helpful for them going into this weekend. At least they got a game under their belt together. Now, this opponent, Bournemouth, is a team on their day that gives pretty much everything that comes to this stadium at least a spell in the game of some trouble. So I think this game is going to come down to Man City just, holding their own in those little spells, because I think Bournemouth will have some spells, especially the fact that, City do have some players out that, for me, are dominant players for City. You know what I mean? So I don't care what kind of system you have and how good you cope with your injuries and stuff. Some of these absences are going to start to tell at some point. And I think this is one of those fixtures where I think it could show. Now, will it be enough for Bournemouth to get a result like a win, like they did against Arsenal? I think without, a red card or something of that nature happening, I don't really see it occurring like that for this game. But I think Bournemouth will cause trouble, and I think Bournemouth will score as well in this game. If you look at City's recent games, apart from the Southampton game, they haven't kept a clean sheet they haven't been keeping clean sheets. Bournemouth a bit of up and down in their form, but I thought that 3-0 loss to Liverpool, they played better than that scoreline said. They got the result against Arsenal, handing us our only loss of the season in the league. But then they lose 1-0 to Leicester, a game where I thought that they had some chances, but I didn't think they created enough in that game. Aston Villa, Bournemouth, good result there to go to Villa Park and get a draw. So, Bournemouth is a team that, I don't think they're not a consistent enough team, I think, to get to those European places. But on their day, they will cause problems. And I think they're catching City at a decent time where they're having a little bit of bad luck with their injuries. I don't think it's enough, but I think City drop points tomorrow, people. I do. I really have a feeling like City drop points tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a Desmond. I'm gonna go with a Desmond in this one. And if you don't know what that means, that's a Desmond 2-2. All right, so do drop him, score them. So Liverpool 2-2. So all right, Duke score them real quick, people. 2-1 Ipswich. 3-1 City. 2-0 Everton. 2-1 Forest. 1-0 Wolves. 2-1 Villa. 2-2. And 2-2. All right, so Duke pick them in. Roger might be out, but at least he won the balance. For real. Good consolation, though. Bless up float. What go on, bro? Bournemouth score first, and we might drop points because we don't have nobody coming off the bench. Yeah. So had Chile going with another 1-0. All right. That look like a little begging pick, you know. Like him not even want to say it, you know. Richard Edwards said 2-1 City. All right, so this is where, you know. Yeah, man, let them know or like up the damn thing. Yeah, man, I know I'm not gonna like it still. So yeah, that's the City game, people. I mean, yeah, obviously I'm a Gunner fan, Gooner, so obviously I want something like that going. But I just have a feeling like tomorrow, they're gonna drop points. Yeah, Ipswich and Leicester now, people. So Leicester, 9 points. Ipswich still in the relegation zone, 18th place, 4 points for them, 4 draws. Still yet to get a win in the Premier League this season. You see, last week they had a crazy match with the Bees at the Vitality, 4-3. Last week Leicester went down 3-1 at the King Power to Nottingham Forest. A good result for Forest there. Ipswich and Leicester though. Look, this game right here, this is what they call that relegation 6-pointer, people. You know, I think right now when you look at these two teams, what really stands out to me is I think it's just going to be a battle between the two number 9s tomorrow. You know, if Delap is fit enough to start, you know, he's the type of player that can really make a difference. I think he's really proving how deadly he is in front of goal. He had the goal off the bench in the last match. Also smacked the bar when the post when it was 4-3, almost equalized again. So, you know, the Lap I think is a real deadly player in front of goal. Now Jamie Vardy, not quite the Vardy that we knew from years back, but still a threat in front of goal. Got the only goal for them last week as well. So for me, I think it's really just gonna come down to which one of the strikers take the chances. You know, Ipswich has been lately, you know, finding the back of the net. You know, they only blanked against Everton 2 weeks ago. And Leicester have been involved in some games where they're putting up some numbers as well. 2 against Arsenal, 3 against Southampton, 1 last week. You know, they have scored in all of their last 5 games. So I don't see that this one. I don't think the defenses are sturdy enough to keep each other out for the whole game. I'm wondering, is this Ipswich first day for the first win, man? Or, you know, to me, the draw makes the most sense, though, to be honest. You know what? I'm going to go for the draw, people. I'm going to go for the draw. I'm going to say... Nah, you know what? I'm going to go for the Leicester win. I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. 2-1 Leicester. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. Big up, Mass. So I go on. Nah, man. Duckland is a United fan. Richard said 2-all. Yeah, I was tempted, Richard, to go with the 2-all, you know. I said no. All right, had Chile said 3-2 Ipswich. Yeah, I was going to change it to 3-2 Leicester, but now I get to decide them so much goal. I'm going to know what RR got. RR, you know, give me no score for no game but the Gunners game. It's like a Gunners alone, you say. 2-1 Arsenal. Say must. Yeah, and the Bournemouth City game and Ipswich Leicester game. Okay, 1-1. I was going to say 1-1, you know, but change my mind to 2-1 Leicester, bro. All right, that's the Leicester Ipswich game. All right, next game, and these are all 11 o'clock tomorrow, my time, 10 in Jamaica. Liverpool hosting Brighton. It should be a really good one at 11 o'clock. Yeah, this should be a really good one right here, people. Let's look at the quick view. So we have both teams playing 2-all draws. Of course, Brighton's against Wolves. Liverpool was at the Emirates. So, but look at the table for both teams. 22 points. Brighton right there in sixth. You know, just 2 points off the Gunners with 16 points. Last year they played to a 2-all draw in the same fixture. Actually, no, Liverpool beat them 2-1. But yeah, Brighton, good form lately. I mean, good wins over Tottenham and Newcastle. They had the tough loss to Chelsea 4-2. They drew with Forest and they drew with Wolves. Liverpool, you know, 2-all, 2-1 over Chelsea, 1-0 over Palace, 2-1 over Wolves, and of course 3-0 over Bournemouth. So, you know, Liverpool still right there within touching distance of Manchester City. I do think that this is going to be a tough test for them, though. You know, in the midweek, you know, Gakpo had a really good game. Does he go back to the bench, put Diaz back wide? You know, he played Diaz through the middle, which was surprising in the Carabao Cup. Maybe he's trying to find a way to play both players at the same time. I do think that Salah obviously is a shoe-in on that right-hand side. But, you know, if you're just going off of who's on the best form, I think Diaz and Gakpo are on better form than Nunes or any other options that they would have through the middle right now with no Jota. So, you know, is that something that he goes with or tries to go with in the league? Does he play Diaz through the middle? Let's see. It's clear that he doesn't see Gakpo as a striker. He only plays him on the left. So I think he's trying to figure out a way to play both at the same time, because I do think that they're two of the better form players right now for Liverpool, especially in the attack. So that will be an interesting call for him tomorrow. Does he go back to Nunes, you know, the more traditional striker, or does he play Diaz through the middle after what he saw in the Carabao Cup with him through the middle? And this is a rematch because they did face Brighton in the Cup as well. As a matter of fact, let me just pull up the teams from that day. It was a really good game, and it was probably one of the better cup ties, I thought, of the week. What is going on here? Liverpool matches. Yeah. So Brighton, Liverpool, this one ended 3-2. Just want to show you guys the lineups from that day. So I always find it interesting when you draw a team in the cup and then you have to play them again. And it's like, how this always happen? I feel like it happened a lot. All right, so this was the teams that played. So, you know, changes from Brighton. When you look at the forward line, you know, no Danny Welbeck, no Ruta, no Matoma. Kind of went with the second string midfield and forward line. You know, Van Hecke, a normal starter in the league. Kadioglu has been playing like higher up the pitch in the system. Lamptey is really a bench player in the league. Igor Julio as well, a bench player in the league. Jason Steele, the reserve keeper. So they pretty much changed up their team. Now when you look at Liverpool, this is not really how it was. Curtis Jones was in midfield. Endo was in midfield. Soboslai was in midfield. You had Diaz through the middle, and you had Tyler Morton in midfield as well. Yeah, didn't Diaz play? So Diaz actually was on the right. I could have swore I saw him playing through the middle. But Gakpo started up the left-hand side for sure. Played really well. Kwanzaa had a bad game. Not good to see there. And, is this a sign? He did play Robertson in this game. And Tsimikas didn't play. Is he going to play Tsimikas in the league? I wonder. Did he not start Nunes because he plans to start him on the weekend? But then if that's the reasoning, he's not going to bench Gakpo and Diaz played the full 90 in this game. So, who knows what Arne Slot is thinking going into this one. It's clear, though, from the other side that Ursula was like, listen, weekend forward, you see all them brother who came on, Estupinian, Veltman, Hinselwood, Mitoma, Welbeck, they probably all start on the weekend. So, this is going to be an interesting game, people. Very, very interesting game. It's at Anfield, though, so I give them the edge because of the Anfield for sure. But I'm going to say this match draw too. I'm going to go with Desmond again. 2-2. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-2 again. Another 2-2 for both teams. Yep. That is it. That is it, people. I think everybody going with Liverpool. 3-1 to the Reds. Oh, Duke went for 2-2 as well. Wow. Big up, Bigs G. What go on? RR said 3-1 to Bournemouth over City. I agree with you, Not so much still, but kinda. Leicester 2-0 over Ipswich, say RR. Alright. Must say 2-1 to Liverpool. So what's the Bournemouth City game, Mas? Okay, 2-1 City. City. 2-1 to City. RR said 3-0 Liverpool. Damn. So you're going against City, but Liverpool are win 3-0. Alright, 3-1 to the Reds. Richard Edwards, I got that. Hot Chili said 3-1 to Liverpool as well. We say we get dirt? Nah, man. Bill. Alright, so Bigs G. So far, this is game 4. We did the Newcastle Arsenal, Bournemouth Man City, Ipswich Leicester, and Liverpool Brighton. 4 games. So you know they're too far, Bigs. You can drop the 4 of them one time and you catch up. And I wonder, no. Alright, so let's get back to the fixture list. While Bigs G are telling me them 4 games there. The next fixture on the list, people, is Nottingham Forest and West Ham. Alright. So West Ham last week get a scalp. I was quite upset with West Ham, The man them made the Premier League lose a legendary manager last week. Or this week, I should say. None other than Mr. Please himself. The man says he's the second best manager after Pep, most successful in his time here. None other than ETH, Eric Ten Hag, let go by Man United in the week. Probably the final nail in the coffin, this 2-1, which gave West Ham a big win. got them up to 13th, 11 points now. Nottingham Forest in 7th and 16 points. Back-to-back wins for them, beating Crystal Palace and Leicester in back-to-back weeks. And now they welcome West Ham, a team that, can win 4-1 on a week and then turn around and lose 4-1. Lose 3-0 at home to Chelsea. Beat Man United 2-1 at home. It's such a wide range of difference in performance that you get from West Ham. I do think, though, when you look at their team last week, the one issue that I have, even though they created a lot more chances last week, they still gave up a bunch of chances to Man United. And on another day, if the players felt like not losing their manager, they might have scored more goals. Because the amount of goals they scored in the week makes me wonder if it wasn't a planned thing from the start. Dallo, we're watching you, bro. We're watching you very closely. Bowen should have just skied the penalty, but then again, as a ball Dutchman once said, errors do come to an end. May I tell you, yeah, man own a quote can use against him now. Nope. Minnesota win. Beat Denver. Alright, so Biggs G said 2-2 for that. Bournemouth 2-1 over City. 2-1 Ipswich over Leicester. And 2-0 to Poole. Alright. I don't know where Nick there. Nick, I forgot to send me him picks them. And Chaddy. Was it too late for Chaddy? Alright, so Forest, West Ham. West Ham line up last week, Mavropanos. Todibo came on, right? Yeah, so him need for the start and done. Wan-Bissaka Emerson probably will play again. He tried a different midfield this time, so Lear was in there. No Souček from the start. Alvarez played the whole 90. Looking a lot better lately as well. Look like him finally getting back to full fitness. Paqueta came off at halftime. Still not getting the best out of Paqueta this season that you have seen in seasons past, Souček at halftime, Somerville at halftime. Needs to figure out a way to get Somerville in the game from the start. There's no Kudus still because he's still suspended. No reason why he shouldn't just take Kudus' place on that left side. Bowen right, Antonio in the middle. Don't make it any more difficult than it needs to be. I would even play. I'm not sure, man. Alvarez and Guido. It looked a little better since Alvarez getting back to fitness. But let's see what he goes with tomorrow. I would be starting Somerville for sure. You need that pace, that other threat, that dual threat. Nottingham Forest, let's take a look at them. Nuno has this team playing really good defensively. Very rarely teams score more than one goal on them in matches. Last week, Sells proving to be a very good buy for them. Murillo has a good partner now in Milenkovic. I think that was a really good pickup. Moreno and Aina very solid at the fullback position. Elliot Anderson, to me, has been a great revelation without Gibbs White, playing really well in that more attacking role, and can play deeper as well in the midfield. I think Hudson-Odoi has been a lot more consistent this season, but Chris Wood, of course, has been the main man, bagging in the goals. Very, very clinical in front of goal as well, not missing many chances this season. So if that continues, I think Forest form will continue. Boy. Will the real West Ham turn up? That is the question. I don't trust neither one of them teams, But I trust Forest defense more. So I'm going to say 2-1 Forest. Yeah, I trust Forest defense more. I swear. I'm pick the same thing as Duke again. That's not good enough. I need to change the pick there. Yeah, 2-1 Forest. 2-1 Forest, man. I say. I'm not change it. 2-0 Forest at Chile. Drop them, drop them, drop them. All right, last game in the 11 o'clock time frame. Southampton and Everton from the St. Mary's Stadium. Everton out the relegation zone, 9 points, 16th place. Southampton cellar dwellers right now in 20th with 1 point. So I think they're the only team with 1 point currently. Couple years ago when they were in the league, they basically the home team lost 2-1 in both fixtures. So I should just go with 2-1 Everton, shouldn't I? If history repeats itself. Southampton, decent result. I mean, Holland another day, they win 4-5 love, but you know, they were in the game for the, I mean, they did well. You know, they showed some solid defense to only give up the 1 goal. You know, other than that, before that, they had been shipping goals like crazy. 3 to Bournemouth, 3 to Arsenal, 3 to Leicester. So let's see what they come with tomorrow against this Everton team. New lease on life for Everton. Have been playing better, getting the results. I think the back line is getting more fit. And I think Michael Keane has been playing out of his mind compared to what he normally plays like. So yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna say that this one is a drab affair. 0-0. Neither team do nothing. Richard said 2-1 Hammers. So Hammers are turn it around, Richard said. Biggs G said 1-0 Forest. I could see it. Richard said 2-0 Everton. Actually said 1-0 Everton. One nil Forest, I got it. 1-0 Everton. Mas say 1-1 Southampton. Mas, where you say for Forest and West Ham though? I'm a Mr. One there. Oh, 2-1 him say. Okay, cool. Same thing. Alright, we'll check it. Southampton, Everton. Alright, so I just miss Biggs G for Southampton, Everton, and RR, Forest and West Ham. RR soon drop theme one. Yeah, but me I go with the Nilal people. Boring, but yeah, me just have a feeling. Nilal somehow. Ramsdale and Pickford master classes, you know. Wolves and Crystal Palace. I think this is the week, people. This is the week. This is the week. Wolves win a game. Wolves are win that game, yeah. Yeah, man. And this is the week, people. This is the week, you know. Not even have to look long, brother, man. I tell you. Crystal Palace are win that game, yeah. 2-1. I mean, Wolves, sorry. Crystal Palace. Wolves are win that game at 2-1, people. I tell you that from now. Big G said 2-0 Everton. All right. Richard Edwards said 2-1 Eagles. All right. Hot Chili said 1-1. No Eze, no party, bro. Man, they have to set every table for that side there. Man, they set every table. You see it. You see it. May I look on the paper, my right Wolves to win. I'm still say Palace 2-1. So boy, it's not a good sign for real Chile. And I like you see if alright, but I remember this in the Chile. You see if Palace win, I remember the same thing, you know. That's crazy, bro. Come here, yo, me write the right thing, you know. May I look on it, you know. I'm still say they're that team. Rough. Yeah, Mas, that sound good. 2-1 Wolves. Pristine. Go on, you're clean. But pristine. My right in that one, you know, but you miss whole heap of game pristine. Where's the Richard? I want to sign that. No. Well, you just said that, you know, because you say Eagles are going to win. So you would say that, Richard. Yeah, man, pristine. You miss couple game well, man. Newcastle, Arsenal, Bournemouth City, Ipswich, Leicester, Liverpool, Brighton, Forest, West Ham, Southampton, Everton. We done them game already. But the next one we are do, pristine. Yo, Kamara Bala still, you know. I rate him still. I rate him. And him score a good goal in a week too. Yeah, not a bad shout for kind of play the role. Cause him really is him have the skill set the most like Eze. I mean, him do it in a different way. But yeah, same kind of output. Final pass, shooting, them thing there. Yeah, man, big up, big up, big up. Respect for the check-in. I don't know you're gonna like the video, so I'm not even gonna load you up. Alright, so I'll move to the Sunday fixtures. So we have 2 on Sunday, we have 1 Monday. So we'll give you the review show Monday night this week, not Sunday night. Cause we want every game play. See it? Yeah, man. I don't know. We take we notes them from Saturday and Sunday, so man can still talk about the game, them no problem. You see me? So yeah, man, we'll do the all-in-one review of every game. Monday, we'll give you the champion for the week for the prediction, and we'll give you the donkey for the week with the worst picks. Yeah. All right, so Aston Villa 4th place, 18 points. Same points as Arsenal, but we have a slightly better goal difference. And Spurs down in 8th now, 13 points from 9. So last week, Spurs tough loss. Lost 1-0 to the Eagles. First win for Palace this season. Last week, Villa draw with Bournemouth 1-1. Both of these teams, I think, you know, Villa ended up losing in the cup to Palace. But Spurs did knock out Man City. So, and they do have the added bonus of getting Son back, but they also have the problem of losing Van de Ven. So, against his Villa attack, you know, I think Spurs defense needs to be at 100. I guess, you know, who's the you could go with Davies as the replacement on that left side if you want a left-footed player at centre back. You could go with Dragosine, player they signed last season, because I think he's probably their next best centre back. But it's just a matter of, does he trust him on the left side of the defense? You know, he really likes having a left foot on that side. So let's see if he goes with that philosophy, or he just tries to play the next best defender. He could always play Romero on that side and play Dragosin on the right side of defense, but we'll see what he ends up going with. Aston Villa, you know, getting back some players now. You know, when you look at who they played last week in terms of the players that started and all the players who got game time. You know, Onana came off at halftime, and Barkley came in and got a goal. Bailey came off the bench this time around, got the assist for Barkley's goal in this one. Little knockdown header to get the assist. And of course, Bournemouth had to get the equalizers well late in this game. Boubacar Kamara looked really good in the cup game in the week. Is he pushing for a place in the first team? If that's so, who is sacrificed? Would it be Tielemans, who I don't think is droppable at this point? He's really the creative hub in the middle of that midfield, the one transitioning the ball from defense to attack as well. So very important to me. Onana probably would be the one I would not play from the start. I just don't think that you can take off Tielemans at this point. But the thing is, if Kamara does play, he probably would be playing positionally closer to where Tielemans plays. But I think Tielemans does what Emery wants to happen better than Kamara does. So interesting choices in midfield, I think, for the coach. Tyrone Mings was back starting. I don't think he will crack the starting 11 in the Prem just yet. Paul Torres is there. That would be like the like-for-like sub there, but I think Torres will be involved from the start. And let's see if, he goes with Morgan Rogers, or does he find a way to start Duran and Watkins? Let's see what he ends up going with people. A lot of things that could be done as far as what Unai Emery has at his disposal. So it will be interesting to see the choices he makes. Does Bailey come back from the start? He has Ramsey back and McGinn back currently. So, what does that mean for Leon Bailey starting chances? Played in the Carabao Cup from the start, benched at the weekend in the league. Hopefully this is not what we'll be seeing for the most part now that McGinn and Ramsey are back in the fold. But yeah, this is a big fixture, people. Tottenham and Aston Villa. I don't think people realize, but I think that Angie's under a little bit of pressure. I mean, he did get the result in the Carabao Cup. Quarterfinals coming up for them, but in the league, it hasn't really been good enough. That loss to Crystal Palace last week really did hurt when you look at Palace's form going into the game. So this one at Tottenham, I think they typically give you much better results at home. And Villa typically don't travel as well. No, Van de Ven, how big is that? I think this game ends up in a draw. I think both teams get some goals though. So I'm going to say 2-2. Very popular scoreline for me this week so far. Mateta hungry. That is true. I don't know. Still want to see if him kind of reach where his peak level. So must not sure. This game is playing in London. Tottenham is the host team. Same say Villa 2, Spuds 1. All right, Mas. You wasn't sure, but you go with that. Villa disappointed me last week, man. Them concede late and ruin my prediction. Yeah, they did concede late, That was very late, too. Bournemouth came close a few times before that as well, though. So I actually agree with the 2-2. The quarterfinals is like middle of December. It's like December 17 or something like that. Yeah. Man said Netflix jersey. Now, man, the Canon 85 centenary year. Them time them aside now move like Netflix, man. They mad. Pristine agree with the draw 1-1. So Pristine, here what you can do. Like how we're gone so far in the predictions. When the show done, just drop a comment and just tell me all the score them for the rest of the game them. That way we can add in the rest of them. See? And same to you, Rob. You miss a whole heap of prediction, but if you want to participate in the weekly picks, just drop your score them in the comment section, Rob, and me add them in the total thing, you know? Yeah, man. When we go to Liverpool and win the title in '89, from them time they'll start win again, you know. My time not winning the league shorter than Liverpool on, you know. And them always talk about, oh, we no win nothing and all these things, you know, and them have a longer time than we when them now win nothing. Or well, now in the league, I should say. And then a Liverpool fan, they say, well, when we weren't winning the league, we were busy winning Champions Leagues. So, you know, everybody have something to say except Spurs fans. You know, they can't really say anything. All right. So the picks, most of the picks in for that game there. Did Richard give me one for that? Never see one from Richard Edwards for that game there. No, I'm not see it. Just my tete I see. Alright, so I'm gonna get Edwards on. RR. I'm gonna get Biggs G on neither. I'm soon drop for them one. Alright. Man United Chelsea people. Ooh, what a game. So we know Man United big news. Ten Hag out, Amarim in. But for right now, it's Ruud van Nistelrooy in. And under Ruud van Nistelrooy, Man U play one game and score 5 goals. And some wicked goals. Casemiro, man, take a strike from distance, brother. I feel looking for Juninho Pernambucano kick the ball there and not Casemiro. What a strike the man take, man. Damn. Biggs G said 3-2 Villa. Alright, Biggs G, big up yourself. Sunny at them, man. 2-all. Alright. Yeah, man, that goal I did mad DJ gigs. The Casemiro goal it's sick. One of the wicked goal. And strike that clean. Brother, it's a mad thing. And the crazy thing is them could have scored 5 goals against West Ham in the last game. And the man them just never want to score. I swear. Planting, man. Man, them sabotage the coach, brother. Alright, so Chelsea in 5th, 17 points. Decent season for them so far, for sure. Plus 8 goal difference. So good performances from them. Man United minus 3 goal difference. In 14th with 11 points. Last week to West Ham. Chelsea last week beating Newcastle before dropping out in the cup to Newcastle in the midweek. So they're looking to bounce back now in the Premier League. As I said, they're in 5th place, a decent run of form so far for Chelsea. I think for Chelsea, you know, the defense lately have been kind of holding teams down. You know, 1 goal, 2 goals against Liverpool, conceded 1. You know, but then some other games they haven't been so good defensively. So, you know, I think with them, it's just the consistency of that back line, what you really want to get out of them. I think Colwill and Fofana seems to be what he's settling on as his best pairing. But I think with them, you're always going to have some moments of madness from time to time. Reece James looks to be somewhat fit again. Played a few games in a row now in the Premier League. I think that can only help if he can just keep continuing to play. Gusto has been the one playing on that opposite side. You know, Cucurella has been banished to the bench, which is a bit surprising, seeing how good his form was last year. But one thing Maresca has shown, he really has a certain way he likes to play, and he just likes players with certain attributes. So they're just going to play. Now, United, on the other hand, I actually think this time under Van Nistelrooy is like a really bad time to face Man United, because this coach would know that it's not really it's not so much hinges on how he does in this little interim period. So there is no. He has nothing to lose, and I think that's a part of the reason why they were able to score so free flowing in that last game. It's like, what accountability do they really have to this coach? They just can play free. He's probably telling them, listen, I won't have the job in a few weeks, but guess what? Let's just go out there and play and just have fun and just play and win. And Ruud van Nistelrooy is a legend at the end of the day. So, maybe a certain manager wouldn't be able to get a tune out of players with them knowing that he won't be the manager after the next week. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 weeks, whatever it is. But I think Ruud won't have that issue. So, the weight not being on his shoulders, I think the weight is a little bit off the players right now as we speak, because as I said, none of them, when Amorim comes in and Ruud goes, it won't be on the players whether he goes or stays. So they have, obviously they'll get beaten if they lose or whatever, but I don't think they have as much pressure right this moment as they did when Ten Hag was the coach, or even when Amorim gets here. You know what I mean? I think this is a good period for them to just play free flowing and just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. It's an interim coach. We'll just try a thing and we'll try to win some game. They are hosting Chelsea. I think that will help. I think the crowd, just due to the fact that most of the United fans would have wanted Ten Hag out, there will be like a form of celebration going on. I mean, now that can quickly turn sour if Chelsea were to just jump on them early or something like that. But I feel like the atmosphere is going to be kind of lit in the game because of Ten Hag being out, and just optimism. It's a new optimism. It's a new chance to see what another person can bring. I'm sure most fans, like I said, of United were tired of Ten Hag anyway. So I think the atmosphere will help United a bit in this one. But Chelsea, man, they're very potent up front, bro. I think both these defenses will cause problems. Yeah. I think both attacks will get something out of these defenses, Can I go with another 2-2 again? I think this one going to be a mad game. I'm going to say 3-3. Both defenses doing foolishness, giving up goals, mistakes, some good goals as well, just from good play. But yeah, I'm going to say this is a high scoring draw. So I'm going to say 3-3. A mad score. Similar to the 4-3 last season, but I think it will be a draw. Yeah, I'm going to say 3-3 in this game. Yep, Thomas. For how long? And yeah, goals. United 2-2. 1-1 to Chile. So I agree with the draw, but I overdo it with the goal them. I think we need to bring Keon to coaching staff when we meet RV and United. No. Make him run out upon him and jump in him face and say, yo, stop your nice. Pristine said 3-2 Man U. Long live Ruud. Mind them tell Amarim for the stay with him then. Alright, so Biggs G and Richard Edwards, I'm gonna get your last two pick them. So I don't know if you drop off or what. Alright, so that is the Sunday game. Now there's one game left on the Monday, and that's Fulham and Brentford. This one is, probably the closest matchup in the table, 9th versus 10th, 13 points and 12 points, both on 0 goal difference. So very, very even season so far. Brentford had the maddest match of the week last week, the 4-3 win. Everton and Fulham played to a 1-1 draw in this fixture right here. Fulham had the win at Goodison Park, but then better in the 94th minute, breaking the hearts of the Fulham fans there. taking away 2 points from them to split the points at Goodison. This week now, they'll be facing a Brentford team that has been free-flowing of late. Their last 2 fixtures at home, they have scored a total of 9 goals. Not as prolific away from home, but, I think Wissa is back now. Him and Mbeumo linking up again. They're getting some players back. Jensen I saw playing in the midweek, so they're getting some fitness back with some of their attacking players that have been out lately. Shade got a goal in the cup as well, which is good for his confidence. I think there's a player in there that just hasn't really, risen to the top as yet in terms of his form, but that should come at some point. When you look at Fulham, they have actually been a pretty consistent team this season. Every now and again they ship goals, but for the most part they're a pretty stingy team. Hold teams to 1 goal or less. I think tomorrow with them hosting Brentford, this game could go one of 2 ways. If Brentford get the early goal, I think it could open up and be a little more open of a game. If neither team scores early, I think it could be a low scoring, maybe a game where only 1 goal might win the match. So yeah, I'm not sure which way to go in terms of how the game will play out, but I feel like these teams are pretty evenly matched, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a draw. You know what? I'm gonna go. I think Fulham actually get the job done. No, I lied. So, all right, so I think it's gonna be just the 2 goals in this one, 1-1. So another 1-1 result, back-to-back 1-1 results for Fulham is what I'm gonna go with. Big G said 2-1 manure. Hot Chili 2-1 Fulham. Big G said 2-1 Brentford. Yeah, it's a tough one to call, I could see either way. That's why I'm say, I'm gonna try force a win up on the game. I'm just gonna say 1-1. Must say 2-1 Brentford. No, 2-1 Fulham must say. Okay. Glad me look. Raul and ESR versus my guy Mbeumo. Don't forget Iwobi. Iwobi drop a big tune in a week, yeah. Yeah, man. Pristine said 2-2. All right, Pristine. I get your last 4 fixture them. So drop the first 6 fixture them so you can get the full complement of game them, yeah. Yeah, and Boomer is not playing around, man. I almost did the free hit this week, As a matter of fact, let me show you guys what I'm up to. Fantasy this week. I need your help as well, because I have a decision to make in one of my draft leagues. I didn't think that Eze was actually going to be out. He was just shown as yellow. So I never got rid of him in the waivers or anything, but I should have. But let me go to fantasy draft real quick. I'm now showing them my fantasy side, None tall. Because I'm not going to just copy my damn team. Because it's that good. But in the draft, I can't copy my team. So I'm showing you what I'm going. Alright, so let me share the screen so you guys can see what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm going to ask you for the advice here, so people. Alright, so it's not pickpocket, it's crystal ball, I think. Pick team. Oh no, it is pickpocket. Alright, so crystal ball team is set. And I'm showing you that, but the pickpocket one now. So this one, this is my team right now. So Eze upgraded. Expected back the 23rd. So my option is to just start Semenyo against City. I think Bournemouth are going to score, Should I just keep Eze and nobody run down nobody else? Because remember, draft is a bit different because everybody in the league have you can't one owner more than one owner can't own the same player. So if I drop Eze, now these are the midfielders that are available in the game right now that I could sign and drop Eze. Remember, Eze got out till the 23rd, which means that's basically after the international break. Right? So that would be 2 fixtures, then the break. So this weekend, then next weekend, then the break. Right? So do I drop him? Try pick him up back? I mean, he hasn't really been pulling up trees yet this season, so do I even just drop him permanent for now and just go with somebody else? So let's see what you guys think. Remember, he's a midfielder, so I can't just grab anybody. But it's a Ferguson pick up. I don't think I want to change my striker. Then Biggs G7, I have to keep Eze. I'm thinking the same thing, the man overall metrics and stats worth keeping him. Like I know him don't break out yet this season, but he must have a stretch during the season where him just go off. Because he's so close to doing it a lot of weeks when it comes to everything he's doing. All right, so here's the question now. I can start Davis from Ipswich for Eze and just go with a back four. Or should I just play Semenyo, bench Davis, right? Let's just put Eze to the end of the bench. And then, if anything, if Gabriel somehow don't make it to play, I have Davis first off the bench. I want to put Davis first because I think with McGinn coming back, Dini might not take as many set pieces because I don't really have Dini in the team for clean sheets. I just feel like he provides the width on the left a lot for them, so he can get assists. Potential for assists is why I have him. And the same reason for Davis. But you see, the added bonus with Davis is him take like all the free kicks and corners, or most of them. So, at least from the right with the in-swinger and take those, and then take a lot of the attacking free kicks whenever it's a cross. So, a lot of potential for assists from him as well. Now, this is what I have going on for the rest of the team. I like this team because, I'm going with Henderson over Verbruggen. I just feel like, potential for saves against Liverpool, yes. But I just think Henderson has a higher chance of keeping a clean sheet against Wolves. I don't think he will, but I think Wolves will create opportunities and he'll have chances for saves too. I picked up Young last week because Everton has just been on form in terms of keeping clean sheets lately. And he, they didn't keep one last week, but somehow he got me an assist, so I'm very thankful for that. Gabriel, I think, should play. Konate had some really good form for some weeks, 3 weeks in a row. Last couple of games have not been as good. Once had a yellow, so only had a point, and last week conceded 2 goals, so only had a point as well. Against Brighton is a tough start for him. I was considering just playing Davis over Konate this week. But I will take my chances with Konate and Liverpool over Leif Davis and Ipswich for sure. Midfield now, I picked up Bonanate last week, didn't do anything, but I'm keeping him because when I watch this Leicester team right now, he seems to be like the main creative person in their attacks. So I just feel like if they do anything, he's going to do something in that. Semenyo, the metrics don't lie. One of the highest shot takers in the league already. He'll be right up there towards the end of the season. Not with the elites, but a good next level. Right? Salah been doing his thing. Trossard, up and down, honestly. Not somebody that I'm really in love with right now in the league, but for now, I'm going to hold on to him because there's some midfielders out there, but none of them really, part of me just want to keep Arsenal attackers around because I think at some point Arsenal will start to score a bag of goals this season. We have a stretch every season where we score a lot of goals, and it just don't happen yet. And then Havertz, of course, Cunha and Welbeck, 3 very good attackers, I think, in terms of strikers. Then the other team, I was kind of reluctant to pull up this one, because I feel like my cousin there I watch, but it's all good. This is what I'm thinking about going with, going into tomorrow. Let me go to Crystal Ball, pick team. All right, so this is what I have going into tomorrow. So you'll see the overlap, Cunha, Havertz, Trossard, Salah, Young, Konate. Quite a bit of overlap, but I have the Spurs players in this one, Johnson and Solanke. Have Semenyo again, but I'm benching him in this league. Just picked up Rashford this week. I don't know why. Just new manager bounce. Maybe, I don't know. I don't trust Rashford at all, but I'll give him a chance and see what him do this week. I'm torn between Flecken and Raya, but I'm going with my Arsenal keeper. Milenkovic, let's see how he does. Konate I have in the other league as well, and Young. So, if my players have a good week, both leagues should have a good week. My fantasy team, right now me in a second in the league I'm playing, and I think this is my team this week. So I have some players that are on the fence to play. Thinking of captain in Haaland. I picked up Bernardo this week due to all the injuries in attack. I think he's gonna get more looks closer to goal. Chris Wood in the team, of course, Wissa, Smith Rowe, Cole Palmer, Saka, Gabriel, Vardiol, and Fast. So let's see. Hopefully Vardiol plays. Hopefully Gabriel plays. If not, I'll be kind of struggling because Vandenberg should start, but I doubt Bogard even plays. So, it's going to be tough. I'm just praying that at least one of these two start, and that way I'll get the full complement to the points this week. I was thinking of doing a free hit, but I'm going to save it for a week when it's even worse than what it's looking like now. I like my attack still, so I'm not going to trouble anything. I think Wood should be fine to play, so I'm not really too worried about that. But yeah, I still have the bench boost and the free hit to play. So I think I'm going to play my free hit. And about 3 weeks, I think it was. I think there's like game week 11, 12, 13 look good. And then 14, I think I might have to do some tweaks. So yeah, I'm saving it. I almost use it this week though, people. But I say I have enough. I have enough here that I feel good about at least being able to have a decent week, But yeah, that's pretty much it, people. Don't really have much else to go through tonight. So that is it. Another enjoyable show, people. Don't think we quite got to, we're a little short of the 2-hour mark, which is okay. But yeah, I need to wake up in the morning, watch that game. My daughter have game tomorrow at 12 or no, at 1 o'clock. So everybody wish my daughter and her team luck tomorrow. Have a league match against a decent opponent. So we're trying to get the 3 points from them, get back up the table. So let us see, people. So big up to all the people in the building. Avis drop all our score them. So I could show Avis the respect. Thanks so much, Avis, for tuning in, even though it's a little bit in the end of the show, but we love the participation same way. So I may agree with your bigs. May I keep Eze. So 2-all Avis say. Bournemouth to win 2-1 over City. Liverpool 2-1 over Brighton. Fulham and Brentford 1-all. Spurs 1, Villa 1. Wolves 2, Palace 2. Forest 1, West Ham 1. All right, so Avis, I miss Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, Everton, Man U, Chelsea. Pristine drop the rest of them. So 2-1 Arsenal. Like that one. Liverpool 3-1 over Brighton. All right. 1-1 Ipswich and Leicester. Wait. Liverpool 3, Brighton 1, Ipswich 1, Leicester 0. Okay. Good thing we look back in a Pristine, because them thing they make people vex, you know. And then Man City 3, Bournemouth 1. All right. Everton 2, Southampton 0. People them not rate Southampton, you know. Nottingham 1, West Ham 2. All right, Pristine. That's all of them. So Avis Medusa miss a few. Pristine says she correct Arsenal to 2-0. That sound even better, Pristine. Big up, Bigs G. Respect again, bro. Thanks for the support. Thanks, Pristine. Me too. Yeah, man. 6:30 a.m. over the mountain time there. Big up, big up, big up. All right, Mas. Now say a word. Yeah, man, people. I hate that, you know. All the people them were kind of did miss a few. Richard Edwards, we need the last 3 game them. RR, we need like the last 6 game them. And then Avis, you send me everything, but you miss out 3 game. Ipswich Leicester, Southampton Everton, and Man U Chelsea Avis. So yeah, man, just drop those in the comment section after the show done, and I will add them in so that everybody can get them picks into the system, so we can know who win for the week. All right, people. So thanks again for the support. Thanks for the new subscribers who are again on the channel today. Thanks for all the likes on the video. We really do appreciate it. Late night segment, you don't know Jason Gooner style. So big up to everybody that tuned in. We really do appreciate it, as I said before. And yeah, man. Tomorrow we'll be tuning in for all the fixtures, people. Look out for some content on the weekend. You don't know if I check in with the Reggae Boys. It's almost what? A little less than a week until we learn the squad for the USA games in the Nations League. We're looking forward to that. People cannot wait. First game is going to be November 14th in the National Stadium, and then we play the return leg on the 19th, I believe it is, in St. Louis in the United States. All right, people. So 2-leg affair. Yeah, man, we're going to look at all that's going on this weekend. You know, as I said, the Premier League has a game Monday, so I'll be doing the review show Monday night. So look out for a roundup of the Reggae Boys, what they've been up to. At some point, I was maybe going to do it tomorrow night, but I feel like if I wait till Sunday, then I can include more players that might play Sunday too. So either Saturday or Sunday, people, one of those 2 days, definitely going to do a Reggae Boys roundup. You know, we like to lead into the window, get to know what players going on with what. So all you Reggae Boys fans that are fans of the channel, you know that we do that here as well. So definitely want to keep you guys aware of what the players been up to, because we scout the players just like the coaching staff. Yeah, man, we don't pick the team, you know. But we like to be aware, keep the fans aware, so that when the team pick, we don't say them now try to give you a 6 for a 9. Is it? Yeah, man. Accountability is key in any process when you're trying to improve. So we just bring some accountability to the system, right? By showing you guys what's going on, keeping you aware. And we don't feed the narrative or sell the narrative. We just feed you facts and stats. Big up yourself, people. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Jason Gooner, we are out of the building. Boom. Up and gone in the morning, people. Yeah, man.